This is part 2 of the playthrough of HKTVST. In part 1 I basically showed you how you'd complete your first mission. In part 2 I'm going to show you some more of the options. So from the main menu screen we have the keyboard shortcuts, which means that if you don't want to use a mouse you can essentially play the game as fast as you can type. Starting off with the goals, this is a great place to learn how to play the game. Each of the different goals, it describes what you have to do and how you do it, and at the moment we have 16 goals. There'll be more coming. We can filter to just show the ones we haven't done yet. You score XP for completing the goals, which then levels you up, which means that more hackers will trust you. The next one we have is the contacts. For each of these contacts we can communicate them, we can research a bit more about them, try and hack into them or delete them. On the communicate menu, chatting means that they will trust you more, so they will give you jobs and trade with you. Interrogating is when, if you think there might be an agent trying to entrap you, then you just keep interrogating and that would modify the suspicion that you have. So if that suspicion number keeps going up when you interrogate, then you don't want to do any jobs with them, so you should delete them and avoid them. Every time you do stuff in the game, it shows you the good and bad consequences at the bottom. For example, when I've been chatting, if I just go back and pick someone new and communicate and chat, it's basically saying you've spent 10 minutes, and time is a resource which you should use wisely, but you've gained some things and traded off some things. So you gain trust, but you trade off time. So you don't just chat all the time. That's the contacts, basically. You can delete the ones you don't like. You can get new ones from the boards. So on the boards we can lurk to gain contacts. You can also boast to improve your reputation or research things. The first 2 boards are available for the first release. The later boards will be unlocked later. We then have more information about your status, so how much cash you've got, your debt, how many jobs you've completed. XP keeps track of your score for how many goals you've completed. Your current reputation out of 10. You have black hat points and white hat points, so if you hack ethically atrocious companies you score white hat points, and if you hack nice companies you score black hat points. And some hackers won't trade with you or give you jobs if you have too many black or white hats, depending on what they're like. We have an XP leveling system, and then you can also do things like burn your handle, which means you reset all your flags. You log on with a new personality, but you then also lose all your reputation. On the finances, you can pay back your debt, and that was the status. Next, on the resources, we can see all the different scripts that we've got. So for each of the different type of scripts, and there are 14 types so far, you might have more than one copy of each script, and they're a bit like trading cards essentially. They each have different properties, and it shows you the average property for all those scripts, so you can compare each one to each other. But I've only got one of these scripts, so you can check out what the scripts do and how many you've got and pick which one is active. Then you've got your jobs that you can have a look at, and your links, which are the targets for each job. And then you have the events, which basically helps you with the time management side of things. So if, for example, you've planted a keylogger and you need to go back to it at a later date to pick up the passwords to unlock a whole row, this will tell you when that keylogger will be ready, and it also tells you when your jobs are going to expire, so that you can do the ones that are going to expire sooner first. And then we have the help system, which even though no one actually reads it, should hopefully explain how to play the game, because a lot of playtesters found it a little bit complicated and confusing, which is fair enough. So that's why I've done these help videos, and hopefully that should have explained a bit more about the various options in the game HKTVST. So I hope you enjoy hacking, and any feedback would be gratefully received. Thank you.